Hi guys, it's Jude and welcome to my canvas. This is the first video on my new channel and I'm really excited. I can't wait to show you guys what I have to offer. And I actually originally created this look to dedicate to the NHS and key workers, as well as health workers and key workers globally fighting this pandemic. It is such a weird time right now and I wanted to create something that was lighthearted and meaningful at the same time. The rainbow in the UK has been a symbol for peace and hope, and a lot of people have been placing rainbows, hand-drawn rainbows in their windows as well as buses and stuff. So I thought, why not create a rainbow look and put it on my face. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video and comment what other looks you want to see. I've got a lot of ideas, so hopefully I'll be able to execute and show you guys my work. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I've zoomed you guys in so you can see my face up close and personal. I look like an egg, I know. Wait, are you ready? Wait. That was my impression of a chocolate egg. But we're gonna jump right in and I'm gonna go straight into the base. So for my base, I'm gonna be using a flash palette that I got off of Amazon. It's the 11 Ever flash palette. It's just a dupe for the Makeup Forever one and it's got all the same shades, and I'm going to be doing a transition through the colours. So I'm going to just start off with the darkest colour that I'm using, which is the dark blue, and I'm actually just picking up the colour using the back of my brush. I know that's a bit ruthless. If you've got a spatula, I'd say use it, but I'm lazy and I don't care. So I'm just gonna go in and heavily apply this to my face. So you wanna make sure you're working with cream colours. So you want to make sure that the product is broken down, so you don't want big bits of paint that's not worked into your skin. I really like this product as well because it's cheap and it's really good to have as just part of your makeup kit. I use it every day because, as you can most probably tell, I don't have eyebrows, so when I do makeup and draw my eyebrows on, I use this palette. It's really easy to work with and there's so much you can do with it. So I'm just going to wipe the back of my brush and then I'm going to go into the same palette using the turquoise colour. And I'm just doing the exact same thing. So at this point, I'm just focusing on placing the colour down. I'm not worried about the blending of the two colours together at the moment. I just want to make sure that the turquoise colour is placed. This is not a conventional way of applying cream paint, but it's a way that works for me. I look so crazy right now. It will look good, hopefully. Nah. This is the third time I'm doing this look, so, So now I'm just bringing that further down across the rest of my face. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm gonna go into the peach shade and blend that just to the edge of my lips here. Applying the product not focusing on blending the colours together yet. I just want the product to be pigmented and have a thick base on my face. Okay, so with the last section of my face, I'm going to go into a bright pink cream colour and just fill in this section. Oh, this colour is so nice. This bright pink colour just reminds me of Trixie Mattel, like, it just makes me think of her. I love you, Trixie, if you're watching this. I love you. You're iconic. You're an icon. Okay, so we're at a stage where all the colours are applied to my face. I know I look crazy now. So the next thing to do is to blend all of this together so it doesn't just look like blocks of colour on my face. It looks like a gradient. So I'm literally just going to go with a beauty sponge and blend the colours. As you can see, this top bit has been blended. Obviously it isn't blended out, it's patchy, so I'm going to use the beauty sponge and just blend out this area so it looks more smooth and flat. So as you can see along this line, it's not as neat as possible. So the way I'm going to fix that is I'm going to go back in using the other beauty sponge that still has a little bit of turquoise on it and clean up this bit so it looks like a clean blend. Okay, so now I'm happy with this gradient. What I'm gonna do is set my whole face. So I'm gonna be using Johnson's baby powder to do this. It's just really easy, really simple. It's just a really affordable and really easy product to use. I'm gonna first just blend out underneath my eyes because they're the area that's most likely to crease. So I'm going to be using a powder puff to set my face, and literally I beat my face, like, focus on underneath the eyes. Oh my god, I just dropped it. If you can see my floor. Oops, let's try again. Just go ham. What's all over my leg? If some doesn't go in your eyes, if you don't inhale some, you're doing it wrong. You just want to beat your face. I want to do this thoroughly because if it's not set, then when you wipe off the powder that is on your face, there's a likelihood that you could move product that is still wet. Okay, so I'm done beating my face, so I'm literally just gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna do that using a fluffy brush. As you can most probably see up here, because there was so much product on my chin, with the powder puff, it's transferred to my forehead, but the next step is gonna fix that. But the next step is reinforcing the colours with eyeshadow. So as you can most probably tell from when I first had the gradient to now, it looks a bit dull and pastel. So I'm going to bring the colours back into my face, and I'm going to do that using eyeshadow. Okay, so the first palette I'm going to go into is the Makeup Revolution Maxi Reloaded Monster Mattes palette, and I'm going to go into the bright blue shade. I want this look to be really bold, so I'm just making sure the colour goes back in. Now I'm going to go into the same palette and use a light blue shade to reinforce the colour. I'm going to go into the Revolution and Alexa Stone palette, and I'm going to use the brightest pink in there. I'm really sleeping on this palette too. I think everyone is actually sleeping on this palette because this palette is so good. Really affordable as well, but it's just so bright. I love this palette. This is like my new favourite palette at the moment. It's just really good. The gradient effect has happened. So the next step is adding highlight. So for some people this is very early in the process, like we've just done our base, but the look is kind of like a galaxy theme, and we want this base to be kind of like chromatic, like shiny. So we're adding Makeup Revolution Strobe Highlight in the shade Flash. This highlight, it looks white. It's green, like it's green. I'm just gonna use a fan brush and get it saturated, and when I tell you we're adding highlight, we're adding highlight. Like there's gonna be so much highlight on your face, you're gonna look wet. Do you understand? Like wet, like come out of a pool, drenched, wet, McDonald's chips, greasy, wet, fatty oil, wet. You wanna look wet, like. So we're just gonna go in like, don't think, oh that's too much highlight. It's not. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna, let me get my mirror. We're gonna apply this everywhere, like over the eyes, on the cheeks, underneath the eyes. You want to apply this highlight all over your face. Like, can you see? You can see already. You can see already I'm shining like a star. So shining, 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 yeah. Shining, 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 yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight, you and I. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I'm happy to where we are highlight wise. As you can see, I look chrome, I look shiny, I look wet. I look so like, I'm gonna contour my nose now. So I'm gonna be going into the Makeup Revolution palette and use the same dark blue shade that I used for my forehead, and I'm just gonna, you know, carve out my nose. It's gonna be an exaggerated kind of carve. So in order to, you know, kind of define it more, I'm gonna use the same highlight and I'm just gonna drag that down the center of the nose to make this contour pop. Okay, so now we're done with the nose contour. The next step is an exciting one. Ooh! So what we're gonna do is, because this is kind of like background's kind of like galaxy, what we're gonna do is add some star flicker things. I'm gonna take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation in the shade FO, which is white. This product is so good. I use this as my eyeshadow base more often than not. I like to use a white eyeshadow base, and I like to use a foundation because it's a lot stickier than concealers, because concealers tend to dry down a lot. We're going to use this for the star things, and I apply some on the back of my hand, and you're going to need a toothbrush. Yes, a toothbrush. Don't use the toothbrush that you use to brush your teeth. I mean, you can if you want, like, who am I to tell you what to do, but just, it'd be better if you just had like a new toothbrush, or like just don't use the same toothbrush. But what you're gonna do is just back of your hand, dip it like this into the foundation. Dip, 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 dip. Wow, that looks good. At a distance, you're gonna wanna flick the toothbrush onto your face, and it's gonna create like splatters, but because we look chromatic and stuff, it's gonna look like stars and whatnot. So I'll show you. Ready? And the closer you are to the face, the more concentrated the splatters are, so they're going to be more close together and not like sparse. So I'm going in closer to the face now. Oh. Okay, so I'm happy with the amount of splatters I have on my face. You could see. So what I'm gonna do is wait for these to dry. It will take like a few seconds for them to dry. And then we'll move on to the clouds on the cheeks. Okay, so what I'm doing now is using a flat brush and just applying the Makeup Revolution foundation in the shade white, and I'm just gonna be creating these cloud-like shapes. So I'm starting off with the main shape of the cloud and then just branching off of that, making sure to get it like circular and everything, and I'm just using my finger to pat in the product, making sure it blends nicely like a gradient at the edges. I'm now just using a thinner brush with the same product, and I'm just doing the same thing, creating the cloud shapes, and just branching off of that, creating one main shape, and then making the clouds like form off of that. So I'm just creating various shapes all over my cheek right now. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm using a bright pink shade. This is from the Revolution Alexis Stone Instincts palette, and I'm just focusing that on the bottom of the clouds, and I'm blending that upwards towards the top of the clouds. This is just to start that gradient like floaty effect with the clouds. And now I'm going in using the deep oranges from the Maxi Reloaded palette, and I'm just blending those directly on top of the pink. I'm not worried about blending them directly into each other. Now I just want to place the colours down. And so now I'm going in with a purple shade from the Revolution X Alexis Stone palette, and I'm just focusing that underneath the pink, getting some more depth with the clouds. And now I'm going in with a shimmer shade from the Morphe 35B palette, and this is just going on top of the white parts of the clouds. I wanted this to be like a glam kind of look, and adding the shimmer really did make that much of a difference. And now I'm outlining the clouds using a blue from the James Charles palette, and yeah, I'm just carving out the shape of the clouds, making sure they look a bit more defined than what they are already. And to deepen that blue, I'm going in with the purple and just buffing the edges out. And now I'm using the Makeup Revolution foundation to add the starlight flickers all over my cheek. And this is what the cheek looks like. Okay, so now I'm going back in with the Makeup Revolution foundation in white, and I'm just using it to create some starlight shapes, so some cross stars and some dots, just to get the shape on there and get the feel of a galaxy look kind of thing. So yeah. Okay, so I'm back and I've got 2 sets of clouds on my face. What I'm gonna do next is actually create the shape of the rainbow. So I'm gonna go into the cream palette again, and I'm gonna be using the dark blue shade. And I'm using the dark blue shade because the majority of the rainbow is gonna be on the top part of my forehead. If you are confident and you feel like you've got this, then but for sure, like, go in straight with like a makeup wipe or micellar water and a cotton pad. But I am so clumsy, I make mistakes all the time, I'm so messy that I know that I won't be able to do it like just straight with a makeup wipe. I'm gonna go from one area of the cloud to the other side. Have I got that spot on? Hold on. I think I've got that. I'm gonna go over that again because I think I've got that. Yeah, that's lopsided. Shit. So now, using a makeup wipe, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna concentrate it over one finger, and I'm just gonna remove the blanks, the negative space. So when around this area, we want to be really careful because we don't want to wipe away any of the clouds. Now that the rainbow shape has been carved out, the next thing we're going to do is fill in the blank space with foundation, and we're going to be going into the same white foundation, and I'm just going to be using like a flat brush and applying the foundation. Okay, so for this step, if you are at like, if you're clumsy at all like me, I really do recommend getting up like a picture of a rainbow, or like remembering the acronym for the colours of the rainbow, just because you do not want to get the order of the colours wrong. Like, I've done it before and it's really annoying. Like, if you're forgetful, if you're clumsy or whatever, or even if you're not, just get a picture up of the rainbow or remember the acronym, have the acronym in front of you, just so you know the order of the colours, because you don't want to get it wrong. So I've remembered the acronym, so Richard of York gave battle in vain, so that's the order of the colours. red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So first colour is obviously red, so I'm going to go in with kind of like a flat brush. And pardon me, I'm going to go into the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm going to mix 2 reds in the palette. I'm going to mix a deep red and a kind of brighter red. I'm going to mix those two together, make sure my brush, there's quite a lot of product on my brush. I'm going to focus on the center and just swipe motion. Okay, so that's the red down. So the next color is orange. So I'm going to go back into the Makeup Revolution palette and I'm going to be using a mix of both. Well, there's actually a few oranges in this palette. I'm going to mix both of the deep oranges in this palette and I'm just going to, you know, dip between the two of them. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so that's the orange down as well. I'm gonna go in and finish the rainbow and I'll be back once I'm done. Okay guys, I'm back. I have finished the rainbow and I went over each color like twice to make sure that it's like bright and vibrant. Okay, so this is up close and personal. We're gonna be doing my eyes and we're gonna be using the white foundation yet again, and so we are just going to be carving cloud-like shapes on the eyes. So I'm going to be using a really thin brush. Using white foundation. Okay, so eyes are done, so I'm gonna put some liner and mascara on, so to mask the lashes that we're gonna put on. Okay, so now we can move on to lips, and this is the simplest step. I can actually, like, this is the simplest step. I'm gonna go back into the black cream paint and using a thin brush, I'm gonna apply that all over my lips. Okay, so I'm gonna set this just with translucent powder so it's wet and I don't transfer any of the cream paint. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the same cream palette and I'm gonna use the metallic silver and I'm gonna focus that in the middle of my lips. So that is it for the face. I'm gonna quickly go off camera, apply some eyelashes and sort my hair out, and I'll be back with the final look. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I've put some lashes on and just taken the tights off my head, so this is the finished look. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Even though this is the 3rd time that I've done this look, I've enjoyed every time that I've done it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. I really like how this has turned out, especially with the lips. I tried to switch it up and I'm really liking it. Yeah, these lashes are from Amazon. I'll link them in the description down below, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've got this far, then thank you so much. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, because as of now this is a brand new channel and I have no subscribers, and having your support would really help. If you want to recreate this look, then make sure to tag me on Instagram at Judes.canvas. Also follow me on Instagram at Judes.canvas, where you can see more of my looks and more pictures of this look. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed making this video for you and I can't wait to create some more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.